Ladies and gentlemen, this is M.Phil. I welcome you all on the platform of PPDCI with the expectation of learning, growing, and flourishing together as a teaching fraternity. See, we teachers together are connected wherever we are in the world because the goal is mutual and the goal is ultimately none but the growth of our own students. Robert John Meehan says, and I would love to quote right at the beginning of day 2 of the boot camp, the most valuable resource that all teachers have is each other. Without collaboration, our growth is limited to our own perspectives. So together we stand tall and together we can grow and we can come up with some exceptional performance to make this world a better place, as PPDCI has the sole aim to grow together, to make the teachers their best versions so that they may transmit the same information, the same knowledge, and the same potential to the students. Because these students who are sitting right in front of us in the classrooms on those chairs and tables are the Raj of future. So what we believe actually, how we want to see 2040, we need to pick up the same potential from now and we need to deliver back to the world. We need to give back to the community. And that's the sole aim of PPDCI. I welcome every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Let us have a very quick glance of the chat room. I could see that very interesting comments are there at right the beginning, welcoming each other and telling about them. And I'm glad that I can see people from different regions of the world. That is something which makes this boot camp really a remarkable achievement for all of us, because staying connected from different parts of the world is something which makes us even stronger. So we have Farhat with us, we have Hina Wasif, Lareb Miman, we have Naima, then we have Muhammad Yasin, Muhammad Idris, Fanny John, Amir Ali. Amir, welcome again. We have Lala with us, Amber Bhatti, Salma Kashmiri, and many more. Thank you very much for joining us. We are going to have the same pattern of today's event. We have two very worthy speakers with us, Mr. Assan Das and Mr. Ricardo Villegas. The first session belongs to Mr. Assan. Let me introduce him to all of you formally. Mr. Assan Das is T, which is a kind of program run by RELO in Pakistan, and he had been alumnus of T program. He is English language teacher, master teacher trainer, holds M.Phil in education, BBA, which he has done from IB University, Pakistan, and he had been PPDCI trainee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you remember while we started this bootcamp 2, I announced proudly that this time trainees of PPDCI are also going to participate with the expert trainers of bootcamp who usually participate. So Mr. Assan Das is the very first trainee of PPDCI who has joined us in the certification from good to great teacher. And today he is presenting at our platform. Mr. Assan Das, welcome. And I'm so honored, proud, and privileged to have you with us. Now the stage is yours. And I'm going to share his slides to facilitate him today. Mr. Assan, the stage is yours. Please go ahead.
A very warm greetings to all the audiences who are from the Pakistan and across the globe. Thank you, ma'am, Hina, for providing this platform of PPDC. Now, today our topic is IQ, EQ, SQ, and AQ. These all are related to the quotients.
Assan, so, allow me to add one point. I deliberately did not introduce your topic because the topic itself is very tricky and I wanted you to scaffold this further.
Okay, ma'am.
This is a big pick and a big catch for everyone.
Yes. these the short terms IQ, EQ, SQ, AQ, these are all about the quotients, different types of quotient. Previously, what we are familiar with only IQ. Rest of the EQ, SQ, AQ are not too much highlighted. These are mostly quotients are ignored in our educational institutions as well. Uh, as in the very start, Madam has told that the motto of our today's session is togetherness. Together we can grow, together we can learn, together. The word belongs to those people who believe in EQ in today's world. So coming to the first IQ, IQ is all about intelligent quotient. Then EQ is about the emotional quotient. SQ is about the social quotient, and AQ is about the adversity quotient. What happened since the centuries? Students' intelligence and the academic abilities, you can say, are measured in terms of the standardized test. In terms of standardized tests, and these standardized tests are the tools to measure the IQ level of the students. And through these IQ tests, their students are considered that they are whether intelligent or more intelligent or extra intelligent on the scoring of that intelligent tool test. And these tests were invented since the beginning of the 20th century. And through the IQ, students, it can be measured that how students think rationally, how they can act purposefully, and how they can adjust with the environment. This is about the human intelligence, and these intelligence are the factors when in the start of 20th century. And in the start of the 20th century, psychologists define the intelligence and the academic abilities in terms of only intelligent quotients. Then it was considered that higher the intelligence, higher the IQ level, then the intelligence level of the person will be good, and that person will acquire more and more in terms of education. Uh, in terms of the education. So IQ is all about the level of comprehension, how you mentally process the things. It's all about the cognitive skills and the mental learning of the students. Through the IQ, students' level of comprehension will improve, and it's only related to the mental skills, reasoning, logic, and the problem solving abilities. Through this skill, students can can mathematically solve the equations. They can memorize the things, they can recall the things. Uh, but what happened uh, recently, research studies have been carried out, and they indicates that only 20% success is related to the IQ, and the rest of the things that depends on the other quotients. So coming to the next slide. Next slide is about the emotional quotients. And emotional quotient is about the EQ. And that emotional quotient is related to knowing yourself. Uh, and it is the skill of managing your emotions. It's your ability, how you manage your emotions, how you control your emotions, how you understand the how you understand yourself, and manage your feelings in a very positive and constructive way. So this is about EQ, and in the EQ there are 4 quadrants, and these 4 quadrants are related to the self-awareness. At the personal level, there is self-awareness, self-management, and at the social competence level, there is social awareness and relationship management. And the self-awareness, when you know about your own emotions, and you know what kind of emotions you have, and there is a particular vocabulary of the emotions. And when you know your emotions, for example, emotions of fear, emotions of happiness, emotion of hopelessness, these are different kinds of emotions. And when you understand your emotions and then act according to your emotions, then it means you are managing yourself. And when you have to make anger, when not, you have to make love, means these these kind of emotions. And EQ is related to the vocabulary of the emotions, how you control your emotions. For example, if you are fear, and that fear is the emotion, and fear defeats more people, nothing in this world, nothing else. Nothing can defeat more than the fear. So in the EQ, at in these four quadrants, you must be self-aware. Then you have to manage yourself. In managing yourself, manage your time, manage your relations, manage your personal life. At the social awareness, in the third quadrant of EQ, there is social awareness. And the social awareness, how much social values there are in which you believe, and these social values, social are also connected to the social awareness, how much socially you are sound and connected with the social values, customs, and the traditions. And the relationship management, how you maintain, how you manage your relations at different levels. And these are the four quadrants of the EQ. And in this way, we can say that we teachers are the neuroplasticians. We can rewire the lives of our students by inculcating different values in our students. And when our students will learn these values, then their affective domain of the learning will improve. You can say that emotional quotient is also related to the affective domain of the learning. So in the today's world, EQ matters more than the IQ. So why IQ matters more than the EQ? Coming to this point, that EQ is all about the self-awareness. It is about the self-management. It is about the social values. It's about the social skills, how you deal with the society. While IQ is all about the complex ideas, how you understand those complex ideas, how you overcome the obstacles and different thoughts, different careful thoughts, and how you engage in various kinds of attentive type of activities. This is about the IQ. And there is a big difference between the IQ and EQ. In the today's world, successful people has the level of EQ is quite good comparatively to IQ. Through IQ, we can teach our students the different life skills. And when students will learn about the life skills, there are different life skills, like they will become resilient, they will become flexible. These are different life skills, when how they will coordinate, communicate with the people. When they learn these things, then obviously their EQ will be good. And the business leaders, they also open this fact that EQ has more role than the IQ. IQ gets you hired at the different position. You can get job through IQ, but the EQ will gets you promoted. Through IQ, you can get the job, but EQ will help you to sustain the job, and you can get the promote through EQ. And IQ will only decide your intelligence, how much intelligent you are, but EQ will decide what kind of people you are, what kind of person you are. So it is the need to improve the EQ along with the IQ of the students. Now coming to the next slide. IQ. IQ deals with the information, complex type of information. But the EQ deals with the insight about the values, insight about the human values, and the different kinds of values like empathy and sympathy, feelings of kindness, humbleness. These are different insights. These insights are in the domain of EQ. And IQ will increase your level of comprehension, but the EQ will help you understand yourself as well. IQ will get you different technical type of information. It will make you more intelligent in terms of solving any kind of problem and logic. But EQ will help you to inspire, help you to lead, help you to motivate, help you to bring out the best from you. Uh, while IQ will help you to make more practical, and it will help you to become more pragmatic to solve any logical type of problem. But EQ uh, will help uh, will help you to maintain, to inspire those rules and principles. Uh, in the book was published in the latter of the 20th century, named Frames of the Mind. That book was authored by the Howard Gardner. That was the author of also he gave the theories of multiple intelligence. And in that book, he has mentioned that the only notion that only IQ is the yardstick to measure the person's ability, that was being challenged. And then uh, in that book it is mentioned that 80% success depends on the EQ. So over the decades and researchers, now researchers and the psychologists come made the consensus on this point that EQ plays a vital role in the success in today's world. So now coming to the next slide, that's about the social quotient. Social quotient, it's all about your ability, how you interact, how you communicate with your friends, how you become empathetic, and how you be assertive with your opinion. So it's the ability, how you understand and interact with the people, how you how you make decisions about the future perspective. It's a very intrapersonal skills. Through this skill, you can make a network of the friends and maintain it over the long period of time. And this is the SQ social skill. Through this social skill, social quotient, social intelligence, you can leave behind the legacy. That legacy of make good friends, support them, maintain it over the long period of time. And our students, we have to make such skills, enhance such skill in our students as well. Then there are certain ways. Through these ways, we can enhance the social intelligence, social quotient of our student. So there are 7 ways. We have to respect. In order to build the social quotient, we have to respect the social cultural differences. There are cultural differences. We have to accept the diversity, and there is a strength in the diversity. We have to accept this and value that diversity. Then we have to listen, listen the people with empathy. We have to put themselves, we have to put ourselves into that position. Means by taking the perspective, we can realize that we can build the social intelligence. And then we have to genuinely interested in the people. And when we do, then the social skills, social quotient will improve. Then we have to improve, know the values and live with the values. And when we know our values and live with the values, then obviously the social intelligence will improve. Then we have to improve the communication skills. And means whatever we have in our mind, we can convey it with the people. uh, Means we have to improve the communication skill. Then if there are minor conflicts, thoughts, difference of the thoughts, then we have to resolve it and resolve it. Uh, then we have to keep the golden rule in mind, that we have to make the social interactions, and our diversity is our strength. We have to believe in diversity. This is through this way we can improve the social intelligence, or the social quotient, we can say. And again, there is a difference between the emotional intelligence and the social intelligence. So social intelligence is all about the social behavior analysis, while the emotional intelligence is all about the self analysis, how you analyze yourself and how you analyze your society, social values, ethics. These are in the part of social intelligence or social quotient, we can say it's all about the social behavior analysis. Then in the EQ, we learn about the self-awareness, but in the SQ, we learn about the social awareness as well. In the EQ, we learn about the self-management, but in the SQ, we learn how to manage our relations at the society level. What kind of people we want to interact with, what kind of relations we want to build with them. So this is in the part is in the domain of SQ. Now coming to the next slide, this is about the adversity quotient. And in the adversity quotient is about the different adverse situations, how you cope with the different adverse situations, and in these adverse situations, how you face yourself. So this is about the adversity quotient, and this intelligence is the uh, ability how you overcome challenging situations, adverse situations when you face with any kind of difficulties. Then how you will face uh, that situation. So AQ is considers who will give up and who will accept what kind of challenges, and those students who are good at EQ, means AQ, adversity quotient, they will accept what kind of challenges they have, as life will offers you, life will give you different challenges. And those people who are good at AQ, they will accept those challenges and face those challenges very boldly. So in the AQ, means in the AQ is the ability to overcome different kind of challenges. People who successfully apply AQ perform very optimally in the face of challenges, and they confront challenges very boldly, and they manage they manage those adverse conditions according to their own workplace environments. And AQ will determine how you perform better in those conditions. So it is said that do not prepare road for your children, prepare your children for the road, so that they become good managers, good leaders of the future, so that they can manage those adverse conditions, adverse situations, and accept the challenges of life, and do and work accordingly. So this is about the AQ. And people who successfully apply AQ perform optimally in the face of adversity and challenges confronts us in the each day. Adversity quotient is designed to measure the individual style of responding to the adverse situation. Like exam situation, there are different students who face different level of the stress during the exams. So they must be taught. Students, teachers should teach them that uh, you have to accept that situation very boldly, and accept it and work accordingly. And when students will really accept that situation, they will work and perform better in their better than in their real environment. So there are components of the adversity quotient, and these components are four components are the adversity quotient. uh, One is number one component is control. Control means how much control you have over the different events. There are different events that will come in your life, and how you control over these events, and how you will face these adverse events, and how when you will uh, face these adverse events without losing your mental abilities, then it will be said that you are good at AQ, means your adversity quotient is good. Then ownership. Ownership means at what extent you accept the responsibility of of owning that situation, adverse situation. If you make yourself responsible for that situation, then you will obviously be good at AQ. Obviously, whenever something bad happens, then what happens? Those people who are not good at AQ level, they blame, that wrong things or wrongdoing to the others. And when they blame to the others, it means they are not owning to the situation. And those who are good at AQ level, they will own that, and they will accept, they will admit their mistakes, and work accordingly and improve themselves. So ownership is very essential for the for improving the adversity quotient. So those who are good at adversity quotient, they have the ownership of problems, adverse situations, adverse events. And then third part, reach. Reach, it will measure the degree. Degree, how a person perceive good or the bad events that are coming into his or her life. When situations are being accepted, and when situations are being accepted and work will be made according to the situation, and then things will go in the right direction. Then coming to the fourth part, that is endurance. Endurance means sustenance, how you sustain those things, how you endure, how these uh, good or the bad events will last, and what the consequences it will bring. Uh, and it will bring, and how long these things will happen. So endurance means how you sustain, how you will become resilient, how you work according to these things so that they will improve. Means endurance means it is the level of your flexibility, is the level of your resilient, how you accept, how you persist those things, and it will determine your AQ level. So these are the different types of IQ quotients, that is IQ, EQ, SQ, and AQ that I have discussed with you today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Assan Das, for touching upon such an important area which we teachers need to know and need to explore. I am really very inspired of the way you have presented today, seeing our own trainees performing as such a big platform with this confidence and capability, something which, is a matter of complete acute pride for me. Be in acceptance of my congratulations for being so nifty and so on the dot.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
We have two very important questions. I'm sure you will be able to answer them if I can collect those. Okay. First question is from Miss Aisha Shoro, and she's asking why IQ is given more importance than rest of the questions.
IQ is given more importance because uh, this IQ will help in today's educational environment or educational setting. Different kinds of admission test. These admission tests in the universities, the renowned university, they are based on the IQ levels. They are not judging your EQ. So if you perform better in these tests, then you will obviously get the admissions in those universities. And secondly, through IQ, you can uh, you can secure the better jobs. That's why people are in the race of competition, and in that competition they are continuously working on their IQ and ignoring their EQ. And when EQ is ignored, uh, means our affective domain of the learning is being ignored. And when affective domain of learning is being ignored, it means we are not giving the proper training to our students to go in the right direction. And that is why they cannot be good leaders in the tomorrow. And the leaders of the tomorrow, those will be leaders of the tomorrow, those who have the good EQ level, not the IQ level. Through IQ, they can get the good job, they can get the good handsome amount of salary, and they can admission in the good universities, they can maintain it. But EQ will maintain your social values, through which you can understand yourself. It is very ironically that in our educational institutions, too much importance is being given to the cognitive domain, and that cognitive domain is totally related with the IQ, intelligent quotients. And So there must that EQ must be emphasized, and those who are the young teachers, I strongly recommend them bring the too much also value to the EQ, so that our students can understand themselves, they can make relations with other, they can manage themselves and manage their feelings and emotions. And today's cut through competition world, they are in the victim of that competition, and they are suffering from stress. Even the students at the secondary levels, they are facing the stress, and that stress is because we are totally giving too much emphasis on the EQ, and we are pushing them to increase your intelligence, to increase your IQ level. And when you will do that, then we will obviously produce uh, humans which have good intelligence level, but they don't have too much values, human values.
So focus on EQ will be definitely raising the human who are really humane in their nature and their attitude. Very rightly said, Mr. Assan. In this world where technology has taken up everything and AI is overpowering and overshadowing
Yes.
human being, human race completely, and Chat GPTI is going to be the other name of human intelligence, we need to raise EQ, because by the end of the world or by end of life, we human need human, and nothing can be better than human to human interaction. That is
Yes.
something which is really very, very important. Another very important question by the co-presenter, Mr. Ricardo, has asked, are there any criteria to determine a high SQ? If so, then how can we determine high SQ?
It's I think about probably, if I'm wrong, right, he's asking about the different elements of SQ. How means we can judge the SQ level.
Yes, he has questioned
uh,
about the criteria and the elements. Yes.
so SQ is about the how, is all about the how you maintain your network of the friends. Those people who are good at SQ, their network of friends is quite good. They can maintain their friendship for the long period of time. They can continuously communicate with, means maintain the interaction at the human level through SQ. Uh, but that SQ will not determinant of the future success at that level, at the EQ. Through EQ, you can understand yourself. It is said that before understanding the word, you must know yourself. So it is necessary to know yourself. And in order to know yourself, EQ is very essential. SQ will help you understand your social values, your friends. It will enhance your friendship network. It will help to sustain it. But again, EQ is too much highlighted. And in the book of Daniel Goleman, it is also mentioned that 80% of the adult success depends on the EQ, not on IQ or SQ or on other elements. So again, I am highlighting the importance of EQ.
And I'm glad you're highlighting with evidence of Daniel Goleman and the living legend indeed. Thank you very much, Mr. Hassan. A very inspiring and informative session indeed. And I would suggest you to please go through the chat room, which is full of the appreciation and notes of gratitude for the way you presented today. Thank you very much for being available out of your very busy schedule.